this is what we get to look at. And it's been that way for a year and a half.
All right,
You're looking out your window, and all you see is what's left of a house gutted by fire more than a year ago. This is what people on one block in Broomfield see every day.
Denver 7's Lance Hernandez talked to those neighbors today, and Lance, they say they want action.
Well, apparently the city's nuisance property ordinance doesn't cover situations like this. One city councilwoman says it's time to revisit the ordinance and perhaps make changes.
It's horrible to look at.
Residents on Newton Street in Broomfield are sick and tired of looking at the charred remains of this house.
You know, you wake up every morning to look out the window and that's what you see.
It's been like this for more than a year. The house was foreclosed on 5 years ago by Deutsche Bank and the utilities were shut off. But the inhabitants didn't move out.
They needed electricity in the house, so they would run a generator in the backyard.
When neighbors complained about the generator noise, the inhabitants built a box to house the generator.
And that box caught on fire from the generator, and then that box is what started the whole fire on the house.
Get it out, boys.
Rich Stebbins Jr. shot this cell phone video of the inferno last April.
And in the video, there was a little bit of explosion going on.
The city posted the property as uninhabitable, but the inhabitants continued to live there until the city contacted the bank, which then began eviction proceedings. Since city staff says the house doesn't meet their criteria specified in the nuisance property rules, Councilwoman Elizabeth Law Evans is asking colleagues to revisit the ordinance. At best, she says this house is an eyesore and drag on neighborhood property values, and at worst, it's a danger and hazard.
It's not really the best thing to look at when people come to visit, or when we have family over and having parties. It's kind of like an eyesore to look at.
Now, while most neighbors are worried about their property values going down, there's one that isn't. They rent the house across the street and say the owner tried to sell it, but couldn't because of the eyesore on the other side. Those renters are hopeful that they'll be able to buy their house before the eyesore gets fixed. Tom?
What a mess. Thank you, Lance. And if you have a tip or a problem you think we should look into, call Contact 7 at the number on your screen, 720-462-7777. You can also send us an email at contact7@thedenverchannel.com.